Today I'm going to be showing you where most of the weathering and erosion happened by the falls. To start off, I want to show you where most of the weathering can be found. So we see a lot of weathering underneath the waterfall, on the sides of the waterfall, and then next are on the sides of the river. And then this picture here does a really nice job of showing you the weathering against this back ledge. And then also this one here does a really nice job of showing you a different view of the back. Now that we know where most of the weathering is, let me show you how it happened. I'll start off with the weathering of the stream bed, and then I'll move my way up. Most of the weathering and erosion of the stream bed happened because of the water coming down the falls here, hitting the ground and pushing out, creating a powerful force against the walls to weather them and erode them down to push them out farther and make the stream bed wider. Another reason that there's a lot of erosion down here is because of the water going past the soil over here, and it just grabs some of the soil and just brings it with it to weather down like some of the sides. Now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the weathering on the back wall here and also underneath the waterfall here. At one time we can assume that the water was just up to here and not down here. We can assume this because of this ledge back here. Now that we've stated that the water was once up to here, now we can talk about how it eroded down. Even if the water was just up to here, we can still assume that the waterfall would have still been there. It just would have been a little bit shorter. Since we know that the ground line was once up to here, we can assume that the waterfall would have created a downward U shape or hole or kind of like a trench kind of underneath of it, where the water would have been pushing down that way. But the water would have wanted to go out, like I talked about earlier, creating this to be more of a U shape here, if I can show you. Kind of like this, which is kind of what it looks like today, but after time it would have got bigger, more like today. So this is kind of what we have today, and because of the U shape, it's eroding in the back. Another thing I forgot to mention earlier is that each one of these lines in the back demonstrates a different time a different time with a different water level. So I'll get rid of these lines to show you a little bit easier. So like that. So each one of these lines on the back here is a different water level. I am now done talking about the weathering of the falls and the erosion, and I hope that you enjoyed listening.